Hello everybody and welcome back to another week of Marquette Athletics. I'm Michael Cianciolo.
And I'm Shawni Smith, and this is Golden Eagle Sports Report.
Marquette men's soccer is off to its best start in program history.
The team is 8-0 for the first time, earning them a spot in the country's top 10 rankings. Now we are going to take it to Valley Fields, where we have Marquette looking to preserve its perfect record while taking on in-state rival Wisconsin. Marquette gets on the board first in the 37th minute, where Ryan Robb assists from the far post to Sebastian Janssen. It was Janssen's third goal of the season. The Golden Eagles celebrate up 1-0. Badgers take the corner kick and get a good look in front of the net in the 57th minute, but Charlie Lyons comes up big with the save to protect the Marquette lead. But it wouldn't be Wisconsin's last chance. Tony Ramadini crosses into the middle of the box, and Nick Jansen beats Lyon with the header. That score knocks the game up at 1 in the 78th minute. Wisconsin is back in it. Tied ball game 1-1. Marquette has the chance to win in the 90th minute, but doesn't score. The game in double overtime. In the 108th minute, Andy Huffling comes up with the Golden Eagle goal to get Valley Fields rocket. Marquette moves 9-0 on the year with 2-1 victory over Wisconsin. Wednesday night at Valley Fields as they took on in-state rival Wisconsin. The Golden Eagles' winning goal came from Andy Huffling in the 108th minute, beating the Badgers 2-1.
To finally get that game winner in double overtime, I mean, you really don't know how to celebrate that. Just run to the fans and celebrate with them.
Andy Huffling has always been very opportunistic. He's been, he uses up the minutes that he's earned, and I was really proud of the way he battled. He hasn't gone that many minutes in a while, and he did a fantastic job. I was happy about all the lads, but especially him. And because he works so hard, you never want to deny him a goal. He had a great, it was a great finish.
The first goal came in the 37th minute by left forward Sebastian Janssen. After the game-clinching goal by Heftelin, Coach Louis Bennett had few words to describe the nail-biting win over Wisconsin.
It feels great to play them. It feels great to win. I mean, we're in the game for, we're in it to win it, and to win it the right way. And I thought it was a very well-played game. I thought both teams got after it, and like I said, I couldn't be prouder of our guys.
Reporting from Valley Fields, Shawni Smith, MUTV Sports.
Men's soccer was in Providence Saturday to take on the Friars. In the 59th minute of play here, Brian Shashilska finds Axel Ohibert, who headers the ball to John Pottis, putting Marquette up 1-0. Later in the game now, Marquette has another goal-scoring opportunity, and the shot bounces off the near post. The score remains 1-0 Marquette. Providence with the ball now, and the Friar midfielder gets past the Marquette defense to put a shot on goal, but it hits the right post and is cleared by the Golden Eagles. Marquette tallies another goal in the 72nd minute, this time off the Paul Dillon corner kick as Oibert heads the ball across the plane. Marquette would win this one, shutting out Providence 2-0 on the road, improving to a perfect 10-0 record on the season.
After big wins last week, Marquette redshirt sophomore Charlie Lyon was named the Big East Conference Goalkeeper of the Week for the second time in less than a month, the league announced Monday. Lyon has contributed 6 shutouts and a career high of 9 saves so far this season. Now we are going to get the inside scoop from our analysts.
Gallagher back alongside Pat Leary, Chris Chavez, and guys, big win versus the Badgers at home. Is this a confidence booster or something more?
This win was kind of expected. It was non-conference, so I don't really think it was that big of a deal. It was nice to see it on TV, but the whole Wisconsin-Marquette thing, it was just pretty much the rivalry, but really it didn't have much of an impact on where they are in the season.
Yeah, I agree. Wisconsin only 4 wins coming in, so it's not like it was a huge win for the program. But definitely the way they won it with the late goal by Andy Huffling that's an incredible way to win, and they've been winning late all season. I'm pretty sure it's their 3rd overtime game-winning goal. You know, if Louis Bennett keeps going to the well for late goals, I mean, it might not be the most successful ever, but it'll work. It'll work as long as it's been working, right?
And it's working just fine. He's got Charlie Lyons back there, absolute stud between the posts. Can he keep this run of play up, boys?
You know, I think the challenge is really going to come against UConn, and you know, Charlie's going to allow a goal if it's good enough. You know, he's got 6 shutouts in the last few games. Actually, in the season, he was the Big East goalkeeper of the week. So I mean, he's really a stud, as you said, and he's a huge part of why this team is 4th in the nation in goal percentage.
No, absolutely. I mean, he made some huge saves at Providence. I mean, you could really tell that not only, even if the defense isn't great, like they can definitely pick it up. But again, though the defense is important in front of him, Pottis and Schoberg are the rock of the team. They've been scoring goals. They've been playing defense. And so if Lyon has that good of a defense in front of him, they can take the pressure off, and he can step it up, especially this weekend when they have to play UConn.
And with that said, we move to the gold out at Valley Fields as the 2nd-ranked UConn Huskies comes to town. And what's going to be a deciding factor? Break it down for us.
Lyon's going to have to be on his toes, but that goes without saying with any soccer game. Pottis is going to probably be guarding Carlos Alvarez, who's UConn's best scorer. He's actually coming in with points in the last 6 games. He's red hot right now, so anyone who's going to be playing him on defense has got to be on top of their game.
No, I agree. I think what a lot of people are overlooking in this matchup is that UConn has to play number 3 Georgetown tomorrow. So, I mean, that's a big top 10 matchup that they have to deal with, and so they have to play that match and then get up for another top 10 match at Marquette. And even if they win that, there might be some sort of emotional hangover having to get up for 2 straight games. And for Marquette, I think it's the aerial battles will be big for them. They've scored a ton of goals this season on headers. And if they can get Johnny Pottis and Schoberg up in the air, then they should be good to go.
Who knows? Maybe this is a matchup we'll see at Red Bull Arena at the end of the season.
There you go.
Back to Mike and Shawni.
Thanks, Denny. Coming up after the break, the Marquette women's soccer team looked to build on their 4-game winning streak. How would they fare? Stay tuned for more on the Golden Eagle Sports Report.
Going into Friday night's game, the Marquette women's soccer team was looking to extend their current winning streak
and continue the successful start to their season. The women's soccer team was home at Valley Fields Friday night to take on Louisville. Opportunities would be the story for the most of the game, as Megan Kelly can't capitalize on this one-on-one with the keeper. A little bit later, Marquette sends the ball into the box, and neither Kelly nor Rachel Sloan can get a foot on it as Louisville keeper Chloe Kiefer collects it. Another first-half opportunity for Marquette, and the long ball into the box finds Sloan right in front of the net, but Kiefer makes a great save, preserving the scoreless tie. Still in the first half, Kelly fires a shot to the far post, and Kiefer gets the diving save. Marquette would go on to the board in the 72nd minute as Mary Luba steps up and rifles a shot past Kiefer, giving the Golden Eagles a 1-0 lead over the Cardinals. Fast forward to the 83rd minute, and the Golden Eagles' set-piece results in an untouched goal. The ball skips past Kiefer, and Emily Jacobson gets her first goal of the season as a member of the defense. Marquette wins the game 2-0. Another clean sheet for Amanda Engel in the goal. And now let's go to our own Mark Freund.
As the weather gets cooler down here at Valley Fields, the Big East schedule is heating up for the Marquette women's soccer team. The Golden Eagles took on Louisville Friday, and as they often have this season, took care of business, downing the Cardinals 2-0.
Yeah, I thought we were very good tonight. You know, I thought we were clicking. I thought you saw the excitement of the team being back home, and we knew we were going to play a really good team. They're very good, and I thought our team really stepped it up, and I think it was, you know, one of our best performances. Definitely not just this year, but, you know, probably in a while, from a standpoint of if we now try to raise it up and take it to another level, it'd be tough.
Marquette had a slew of offensive opportunities in the game and were finally rewarded in the 71st minute by Mary Luba's strike that found the back of the net.
Well, we had a free kick, and I was just, you know, just drifting up, just being all incognito, you know, and then Emily played me a short little quick ball, took a touch, took another touch, I think, and then just drove it low.
While the Golden Eagles were anxious to get on the board against a top-tier Big East squad, Coach Marcus Roders acknowledged that the unconverted chances created a unique opportunity for his team.
You know, the chances that we had in the first half, one of those should have probably gone in, maybe 2 or 3-0. It would kind of settle the game down, but at the same time, being 0-0 at halftime, I think it creates that urgency to saying, like, you know what, we got to keep stepping up, because I think what we've seen over last weekend is we were up 3-0 at halftime against Seton Hall. Then it's a little bit hard to replicate that urgency behind your play.
That sense of urgency prevailed Friday, and if Marquette's season thus far is any indication, it will continue to do so throughout Big East play. Reporting from Valley Fields, Mark Freund, MUTV Sports.
Win Friday, MU heads back to Valley Fields again on Sunday, taking on Cincinnati. And this one wasn't as close. MU jumped on the Bearcats early, starting with this goal by Megan Kelly in the 10th minute. It would be just the start for Kelly and the Golden Eagles. Just 3 minutes later, Kelly crosses into the box, and Cincy keeper Christina Utley can't quite wrap it up, leaving Taylor Madigan to tap the ball into the back of the net for the 2-0 Golden Eagle lead. Skipping to the 23rd minute, Utley takes a shot to the head from Kelly, where the ball hits the post and Kelly cleans it up. Marquette, now 3-0, would score another before the first half ends, making it 4-0 at halftime. 24 seconds into the second half, Kelly nets her 3rd goal of the day. A huge day for Kelly and the Golden Eagles as they take down the Bearcats 5-0.
The Marquette women's soccer team dominated the field Sunday afternoon as they faced off against the University of Cincinnati. Megan Kelly led the team in scoring, netting 3 of the team's 5 goals. The Marquette Golden Eagles beat the Bearcats 5-0.
I don't think we were maybe as sharp as we were Friday against a better opponent, but you know, definitely took care of what we needed to be doing. You know, I think the goals came at opportune times. You know, I don't think the result was really questioned at halftime, and then scoring another one right after. As a totality for the weekend, it was very good. I mean, we took another step forward. You know, we had 2 wins, 2 shutouts, scored 7 goals. We've got to be happy about that.
9 minutes and 2 seconds. That's all it took for Megan Kelly to score her first goal. Kelly knows that making the first goal can have an impact on play.
Always getting the first goal of the game changes the dynamic, and it gets our tides rolling more towards us, and it just sets the tempo for the game. Every game I come in wanting to score a goal, but the ball just landed on my feet today, and today is my day, it looked like.
It's great for her to score some goals, and you know, I think forward feeds of that. You know, they feel you know, have a little bit more bounce in their step and a little bit lighter, and you know, it's going to help her going forward. You know, if you know it's going to happen, then you just feel like, hey, you know what, the next one might just go in as well, and you're willing to take a little bit more risk and take those chances.
On Friday, the women's soccer team will be traveling to Providence, Rhode Island, where they hope to gain another win. Reporting from Valley Fields, Aaron Maben, MUTV Sports.
Junior Emily Jacobson has been named the Big East Defensive Player of the Week, and classmate Megan Kelly earned a spot on the Big East Weekly Honor Roll after Marquette went 2-0 over the weekend to remain undefeated in conference play. Now we'll send it over to our analysts.
Thanks, guys. I'm Deny Gallagher back here with the Trib guys, and the accolades are just rolling in for the Golden Eagles as Emily Jacobson and Megan Kelly brought home the hardware. At this point in the season, guys, what does this mean?
You know, I think it still means a little bit to the team, as in it's a confidence builder, if anything, right now. Jacobson played in all 180 of Marquette's 2 shutouts this weekend. She had 3 points and collected her first goal, so she's still contributing to the team, so it's all extra at this point for them.
Yeah, I mean, the awards mean MU's off to a good start, and that's what they needed. I mean, they needed to get off on the right foot in the Big East to try and repeat with their 4th consecutive Big East division title. And to see the defender and the striker get the award means that they're well balanced. They have strength up front and in back.
Well, you can't get off to a good start without goal production, and that's exactly what they got from Megan Kelly entering the weekend. She had 2 goals and had a hat trick over the weekend. My question to you is this a current run of form, or like what's the key for her success?
Moving it with Megan has just put on a whole different meaning after this weekend, and you know, if she can replicate any sort of the magic from last year, this team has just such a high ceiling. Right now, they just seem unstoppable at home, and you know, they've got so many different weapons to choose from, even if it's not just Megan.
Yeah, I mean, Kelly had 14 goals last season, and only 2, as you said, going into this weekend. Now she's got 5 with the hat trick. Every good scorer has their slumps. You'll see that in any sport. And, I mean, she's probably one of the most talented players on the team, and that huge breakout goal probably will get her momentum going. And if she's fine, then the MU team will be totally fine, and they'll be even better than they already have started when she heats up.
Well, the old adage is defense wins championships, but offense sells tickets, and defense they got. 5 straight shutouts, 9 overall for the season. We got a goalie controversy going on. Who you guys want to start this weekend?
You know, as some people would say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I don't think that they have a problem, if that's the way you want to put it. They're pretty comfortable with Engel in the goal, but if they wanted to go back to who was it?
Sophie Schunk.
Yeah, Sophie Schunk, then they would just, I guess, be moving backwards. Just switching back and forth isn't a good thing. If they come up with a rotation in-game, that'd be fine. But, I mean, if they're comfortable with Engel, stick with it.
Yeah, I don't think goalie turnover really helps your team as a whole. And, I mean, they start Engel this weekend in both matches, so I just roll with Engel for me. She's very capable, and I think the key for them ultimately is the defense in front of the goalie is more important than the actual person in between the pipes.
Well, that's a great problem to have. I'd say having 2 quality goalkeepers. Let's send it back to Shawni and Mike.
Thanks, Denny.
Marquette volleyball had a big weekend. We have more highlights when we return. The Marquette University men's tennis team opened play Friday with singles and doubles competition at the 34th annual Ball State Fall Invitational in Muncie, Indiana.
The day's action was highlighted by the play of freshman Javier Varela Hernani and sophomore James Stark, who each won 2 matches in the Flight B singles draw. They would both be defeated Saturday in the quarterfinals.
The Marquette University women's tennis squad closed out competition at the Knights Invitational on Sunday at the UCF Tennis Complex. The Golden Eagles won 6 singles matches over the Florida Gulf Coast in the afternoon, including the #1 and #2 positions.
The Marquette University men's and women's cross-country teams competed Saturday morning at the 11th annual Greater Louisville Classic at EP Tom Sawyer State Park, with the women notching a 22nd place finish in the gold race and the men 23rd. The Golden Eagles take a week away from competition before the men's and women's squads split at a pair of meets on Friday, October 12th.
Marquette volleyball had a big weekend on the road, taking on 2 conference competitors, Notre Dame and DePaul. Marquette's first match of the weekend would be a long one in South Bend to take on Notre Dame Saturday. Holly Mertens gets the kill here, and she would have a huge day for the Golden Eagles. But it would be a team effort for the Golden Eagles against a feisty Notre Dame squad. Lindsay Gosch keeps the rally alive, and the Golden Eagles find freshman Aaron Lehman for the kill. And then later on in the match, it's Lehman again getting the kill. The freshman notched in 7 kills on the day. The Marquette bench would even get on the action here, and the starters needed it. This game went back and forth between the 2 all the way to 5 sets. But late in the match, the Golden Eagles were able to pull away thanks to their defense, where they came up with 2 huge defensive blocks. And finally, in the 5th set, it comes down to the match point for Marquette, and Kelsey Matte gets the huge block to win the 5-set thriller. Holly Mertens leads all hitters with 20 kills as the Golden Eagles escape 3-2.
Marquette would carry their momentum into Sunday's match at DePaul to take on the Blue Demons with a 4-game winning streak in progress. Holly Mertens would come up with a big kill here off the rally. Mertens would go on to have another good day on the court following her huge game at Notre Dame, leading the team with 13 kills. But this is Dani Carlson getting in on the action, recording one of her 10 kills on the day. Marquette would not have too much trouble with the Blue Demons as Holly Mertens gets another kill right here in the 2nd set. Later on in the set, with Mertens and Carlson looking on, the 3rd member of the Golden Eagles' 3-headed attack would surface. Elizabeth Koberstein sets the ball to Lindsay Gosch, who powers the ball over the net. Gosch will get another kill here, and Marquette goes on to win in straight sets, 3-0 over DePaul. Here's what Coach Shymansky had to say about the play from his team over the weekend.
This weekend was really interesting for us, and winning on the road is a good thing. It's a tough thing to do. Sometimes it feels like quicksand out there a little bit. The harder you struggle, the deeper you sink, and we went pretty deep. We went definitely up to our earlobes against Notre Dame, and just found a way to work together as a team and fight back. It's really the first time that I can ever recall as a head coach winning a match when I had both outside hitters hitting a negative efficiency. That's pretty hard to do. But I think they didn't apologize for it. The team kept fighting through, and they actually played a very significant role in that fifth set where we were really able to dominate. And so I think it really showed a lot of character for our group. It showed a lot of grittiness and a willingness to sometimes win ugly. And so we talked about the importance of going and winning on the road at especially Notre Dame, but also DePaul, to try to get a little bit of separation, even though we're only 2 weeks into Big East play. So 3-0, we're in a good spot, and now we get to come back home to the Al McGuire Center and see if we can back up those wins against South Florida and Pitt this weekend.
Redshirt senior Holly Mertens was named the Big East Conference Player of the Week on Monday afternoon. Mertens recorded career highs of 20 kills and 9 blocks over Notre Dame and helped Marquette sweep DePaul with 13 kills. It was the first Conference Player of the Week award for a Marquette player this season, and the first of Mertens' career. Now let's hear what Denny, Chris, and Pat have to say.
Thanks, guys. We're back here, and Holly Mertens had a huge weekend as she was named Big East Player of the Week, hitting .647. Is she the best player in the Big East right now?
Well, the Big East sure seems to think so. She's playing like it. I mean, ever since the Milwaukee game where she basically pulled Marquette back into the match, she's been incredible. She completely carried them at Notre Dame. I mean, Aaron Lehman was struggling immensely. Lindsey Gosch hit negative in that match, and Mertens had to step up on the right side and give them some really important backside attack, and her efficiency has been ridiculous. I mean, she's a player that has struggled with that at times. She'll get a lot of swings and hit around 200, which isn't exactly where they'd want her to be. But she's completely carrying them lately and avoiding blocks like they can't even find her. So, I mean, if she keeps playing like this, she certainly could make a case for that.
I mean, she was one of the picks for the All Big East team before the season even started, so I don't even think we should be surprised with her performing at this level. She's just on fire, and she put the team on her back, though.
Well, we saw in that soundbite that Coach Bond's pretty happy with the weekend. Tough 5-setter in Notre Dame, then rolling over to Paul. Do we really know how good this team is yet?
No.
I mean, well, yeah, I don't think we do either. They can do a lot of really good things, and they can make the NCAA tournament for sure. But the real test, I think, will be when they play Louisville. They play them twice. They play them in 3 weeks, and then they play them the last weekend of the regular season. And against Notre Dame and DePaul, they showed they can play gritty matches and that they can beat big teams and really good teams. But what they have to show against Louisville is not only can they do all that, but can they beat an elite hitter like Lola Arslanbekova, who is probably the best player in the conference, all things considered. So they can do really big things this season, but they're going to have to show it against Louisville.
Well, the Golden Eagles, definitely a talented team. Let's send it back to Shawni and Mike at the desk.
It's almost basketball season, Marquette. Marquette Madness is coming up on Friday, October 12th. MUTV will be there live, streaming the event on GoMarquette.com.
Thanks for watching the Golden Eagle Sports Report. For our analysts Deny Gallagher, Chris Chavez, and Pat Leary, and my co-anchor Shawni Smith, I'm Michael Cianciolo. Good night, Marquette.